is Ehe. I'm taking over the show. I put down Root and his miserable life. The game dog is no more, baby. It's Ehe era. Fuck yeah.
That's hard as fuck. This man said he was gonna come in with the intro. I was like, man, can you just say this is episode number 101 of the Unknown Games podcast? I want to just kind of like let you know that we're here and we're gonna be in this podcast for a new era, a new season. This man killed my
A new
co-host.
era. It is the Ehe era, baby. Let's go. I mean, I was Root just messaged me out of nowhere, and he said, "No, he pinged me, and he said, you're gonna be in the podcast today." And I said, "What if I said no? No, you have to. This is mod abuse."
He was very, very
He
clear
was
about
very He was very pushy with it. He
I mean,
said, "You're gonna
you
be in the
know,
podcast, and you
yeah,
have no
he was like
saying in this."
I mean, that's exactly how it was. He's like, you got to be in it because if you've been listening to us for the past 10 episodes, he's been talking about not being on episode 101 due to the fact that he's been terribly like incapacitated or decapitated or
Yeah, I did all of that.
Ehe took care of what he needed to take care
I
of.
took care of that boy. I
Man,
took care of him.
you made his wish come true.
Yeah.
Final wishes.
I put him down. Like
You were his final fantasy.
What?
Everyone, this is the type of episode we even went old school. We're not even alive on YouTube or Twitch or any of that stuff today. We don't even have Craig. We decided to go old school, but trying to like update ourselves. So we're using Zencastr while it's free and like it's good, but we came in totally unprepared. This is 101.
It is. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about because Rude just said that I'm going to be in the podcast. Yeah.
I thought he was joking.
I thought he was joking too.
He messaged me at work and was like, "Yo, bro, the heck gonna be on the podcast?" I was like, "What you talking about, man?" I thought you were joking, like, because I asked you earlier in the week. I was like, "Yo, hey, you want to be on the podcast?" You're like, "No, I'll be on the TGS episode."
I said,
was like, "Okay." I told him that, but he was like, "Nah, man, nah."
He was very insistent of it.
But I mean, honestly, before we ramble on too much, Rude is taking a break, and we've been doing this for 100 episodes, and I don't think he's missed. He's might have like
he missed one.
He missed one episode.
Remember when the first time I joined you on the podcast?
Yeah. There was like maybe 2 or 3 when he went back to his home country of Canada.
Canada? Where's that?
It's in Canada.
Okay.
Canada. But yeah, he went back to Canada for I think like 2 or 3 weeks or something. And then when I went
back, you said that
US,
like you're Japanese. You're Japanese. Like I feel like Japanese people would say Canada, like Canada.
That's Canada? Actually how they would. It's Canada.
Canada.
Yeah. That's the name of this episode. 101 Canada. Learn about our favorite co-host.
Who's a famous Canadian person? Bret Hart. I cannot think any other people than Bret Hart. Bret the Hitman Hart, baby.
Yeah, just let that wrestler speak inside of you, man. You know. I don't know. Was Chris Jericho from?
Yeah, Chris Jericho is also from Canada.
Yeah, all we know are just wrestlers, man. We pull out these wrestler names. Someone's like, Mass Effect was no. Anthem was made in Canada.
Well,
it died in Canada too. It was made and it died in Canada.
It's in Canada too.
Oh man, what?
I don't even know any of my friends that played Anthem. I think like that game is like the Avenger, but
it died. Died.
It's like the Avenger, but the company actually let go of it.
It actually said like, nah. It was like, nah, man, we gotta let this die. Just let it die. It's too much. And they tried to like rework it and make it to where it was playable. They tried to fix it. They had a long-term plan, and then EA was like, no, man, it's just dead. It doesn't.
Can you still even buy Anthem?
I don't feel like you can even buy it. Like I kind of want to look on Steam and be like, can you buy Anthem?
I don't think it's on Steam. I think it's like on Origin.
Yeah, man. Well, anyways, everyone's probably like, well, so what are y'all going to talk about? Well, we're going to keep it as short as possible, as I always say, when we go like 100 minutes or some crazy thing like that. But who knows? TGS is coming up, so we'll be talking a little bit about maybe a little bit about TGS. We didn't cover the PlayStation showcase, which was, I believe, 2 weeks ago on the 9th. Because it was our 100th episode, so we skipped over. We are more important than PlayStation, and you know that. Bump Sony. They're trying to break PS4s over here. So we'll go back and review that, and plus the NVIDIA GeForce leak that happened. Which if you look at this list, I'm on GitHub looking at the list, but it's just like the dumbest list of any game from the past like 20 years. I feel like is
Oh
getting
yeah,
a remake.
it's on GitHub. I forgot about that. The
Like
full list is actually on GitHub.
I mean, we got so many games up here. I mean, yeah, Dead Space 3. Yes, yes, EA, give me that Dead Space 3. You know what
No,
you did to me.
that Space 3 is already out. What do you mean
No,
about
but
that?
no, they're gonna remake it, and they need to. They
Uh,
need to update it so I can buy it. No, they need to give it to me. They know what they did. They did me
no,
wrong.
they should do like Kingdom Hearts, like Dead Space 3.8 or some shit.
Dead Space is on this list twice because one is a remake
3.8
and one
final
is.
mix.
Oh, so we'll go over this list and just kind of like look at it a little bit. I mean, it's really crazy. Just how much stuff is there. But moving into the show, before thanks for staying with us. This is 101, and if you want to leave a review on iTunes or Google Play Podcast, go ahead and do that. 3 stars or above, we take nothing less. Don't do us wrong, and follow us on Twitter at UGP_cast, and you'll
And
know
at
when we.
just Ehe.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just
Just
yeah, follow me on Twitter. Just
fo-
Ehe.
yeah, just follow him on Twitter. You can also follow us on Twitch, myself at NinjaTrix, NinjaTrix, and my former co-host Alex at Route24, ROUTE24. And
Oh,
go ahead.
am I replacing him permanent? Oh, I forgot about it. He's dead.
He's gone.
Forget
You're
about
the
it.
one
Yeah,
who did it.
yeah,
How
I
you
did
gonna
it.
be? How
I
you gonna
forgot
off
about that.
somebody and just forget? Dang, that's psycho. You over here killing people and forgot about it. Like
Nothing personal, kid.
nothing personal, kid. You just smile at the dude. Nothing personal, kid. Click, click, bow, and that was all he wrote. Anyways, we're moving on. So Sony's PlayStation Showcase, you already know. Everyone already knows what was there,
You
but like
already
what
know.
you already know. God of War was up there living, and Forspoken was showed out pretty well. Gran Turismo 7. I mean, I got to say, it was a pretty good showcase. A lot of people came out jazzed. I didn't even
Wolverine,
mention Wolverine and
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
2.
2, the back-to-back almost. Like, dude, Insomniac, what are y'all smoking? What are y'all doing these days? Like, Naughty Dog, where
I know
you at?
we were watching it together and we were like surprised that oh no, when the Insomniac logo come out and then we were like, oh, this is Spider-Man 2. And then
He's like,
Wolverine, like
and then
unshit.
Wolverine's claws
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out.
the claw. Yeah. Oh, Spider-Man 2 with Wolverine, and then Insomniac Wolverine. What the fuck? Another game? Another series?
Another series,
Yeah.
20, I think it's like
I,
maybe 2023, I believe, is when they're aiming for that to come out. And
yeah.
I mean, Insomniac, what can they do wrong? I mean, Insomniac
I
has
don't
been
know.
this.
All of their game have been solid. Even the Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive was fun.
Sunset Overdrive, I really enjoyed. I ended up playing that on stream last year.
I know. I was there.
And yeah, this is that long time stream originator right here. But it was a lot of fun. Like, I did not expect to enjoy that game as much as I did. A lot of the humor was just it's like spot on. Sometimes for me, Ratchet and Clank, the humor is, while I like it, it can kind of miss just a tad sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I love Ratchet and Clank. It's a phenomenal series. I've played all of them except for like maybe 3 in the latest one. And you know that they're putting out games every year. This is no joke. I
Yeah,
mean,
some things have been. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what
They've been really solid.
what I mean, I don't expect them to do anything else after this. I don't think we got any more crazy surprises from them. But what do you
I mean,
want from a Wolverine game?
Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine have been surprising enough, you know.
Surprising enough. I mean, what do you want from Wolverine though? Like, what do you want from a Wolverine game?
I don't know, just him going down on everyone.
Wow, a pimp going down on everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Oh no, I mean going to town, not going down on
okay.
everyone. I didn't say that. I mean going to town like Wolverine style.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
New soundbite coming out right now. Everybody get that right there. I mean, so for me, I'm thinking that a Wolverine game, of course, they've been doing open world games with Spider-Man. Wolverine, I don't really know if Wolverine has
I
a
mean
like
he can
a
climb up
specific.
stuff with his
But I mean,
claw.
like in a city or anything, I can honestly see if they're going to go for an origin story kind of deal. Maybe we do get that bar setting
I
and
know
the
he
woods,
rides
him
bike.
escaping.
I know he
He does.
rides bike, so it's probably one of the transportation like options. You just riding on Wolverine bike.
Days Gone.
Yeah, Days Gone
Days
style.
Gone.
Not
Days
not
Gone.
not as bad as Days Gone.
Days Gone Wolverine edition, fighting zombies as Wolverine, just chop them up. Because like here's the thing, I think that's actually a good point. You know, Wolverine does like to ride the bike, and I think we'll get that. And will we get like how far of a story will we get? Will we get? Is it just the origin story with just Wolverine, or will we have?
I don't think it's gonna be an origin story
You
because
think we'll get other X-Men in there?
it's like the Spider-Man game. The Spider-Man game wasn't origin story. It's like uh in the middle story of part of Spider-Man. Like Peter Parker was hanging up his coat and like giving it to Miles Morales. So I don't think it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be another origin story. I don't think Insomniac gonna do an origin story for Wolverine.
Okay, okay. Well, I mean that opens it up a lot more than who knows? Maybe we do get some of those other X-Men characters. We're definitely going to get, of course, his rivals, and I think was like Sabretooth. I don't really know the comics as much. We should get a
Yeah,
comic book
I
expert
don't
here.
even know any X
Shout
Men
outs to
character except for the main one.
yeah, shout outs to Mike from the Twisted Cape. Get on here, man. Wake up early and get on this podcast.
The
I mean,
blob.
so
I want the blob. The blob.
oh, the Blob. You want
Yeah, the blob.
that?
That guy. I don't know why I remember that guy.
Well, it'll be interesting. Like, do we get because a lot of people, we grew up with the '90s X-Men era, so will we get something like that? It's a mix of that, and I have to go back and play the Spider-Man games to figure out, how
I'm
they
like
kind of did it. But
I'm like actually surprised that how Sony got the rights to use Wolverine as an exclusive title.
I mean, it's still
I thought that they
the same
uh,
difference as Marvel
I thought
Disney.
if Insomnia gonna do another superhero game, another Marvel game, it's gonna be Iron Man, but they went to Wolverine, so that was
Well,
surprising.
if you remember, there was an exclusive Iron Man. I don't know if it's exclusive to
Oh,
PlayStation
the
VR.
PSVR, yeah, the
The PS, yeah, 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 yeah.
PSVR.
And I feel like that was kind of the Iron Man type of game, and we've had some in the past, but I would say like Wolverine's an interesting pick because it's Wolverine versus, doing something where it's like Wolverine and the X-Men, something more where people are like, oh snap, like,
Do you think the
what
same they share the same universe as the Spider-Man game?
that's what I think a lot of people are hoping because if they could imagine if Insomniac in the end is making some
Oh,
crazy
just slowly like making
slowly
superhero
not
game.
Avengers, but yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this point where something where Marvel's Midnight Suns actually
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah,
like
yeah.
if you have played all of their games and now you finally have a game where of course it's not every character, but you have like you really do have a ensemble cast and you've spent a lot of time with them. That would be insane because that would even make Marvel's
Yeah.
Avengers legitimately worthy. Like if you
The
the
MGU Marvel Gaming Universe. That's
yeah, that would be crazy. Just imagine just taking all those progressive the progression charts, the skill trees and all that stuff from each of the games and just making those like okay, you can play with your friends now with these like go in this world and do stuff like that would be crazy.
yeah.
That'd be crazy. 10 years from now.
I
Will we get
hope
it?
I hope they make Marvel an Insomniac Hawkeye game, so people will be disappointed.
I mean, speaking it's very current though. Speaking about Marvel and these characters. I was looking at the news a little bit earlier, and there's the whole thing with free MVC #MVC, which has been going around for a while. It's been about a month now, but now they're starting to get some traction, and it seems like there's
Oh,
rumors coming
Marvel.
out. Yeah, yeah, you Marvel baby,
Okay, we
that
gotta
Marvel,
see Marvel on what
that
TGS.
Marvel too,
We gotta
that Marvel
see
too. It's
we gotta
Marvel too,
see
man. It's
Marvel at
specifically
TGS.
Marvel too, but it
Yeah.
seems like Disney and Capcom, or Disney Marvel Studios, are in talks with Capcom to actually maybe get this game updated enough to where it's on a
I
modern
hope I
console,
hope they
not
I
locked
hope they I
behind.
hope they don't just include MCU character. I know the Marvel versus Captain Infinite just include MCU character. They don't even
Well,
include my boy Doctor Doom.
I mean, the thing is, what they want, like what this whole movement has been about, is just trying to get the game from PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 and any other previous version of it. I think the Xbox and the PlayStation versions are the only ones with online, like actual good online. But
Oh
to
yeah,
actually play on that, you need a 360 and a PS3. Like that's the only way you can actually do this, and you can't download them
MVC
from the store. Like
MVC3
it's
Ultimate. Do you mean
no,
MVC3? Oh,
no,
oh
no. I'm talking about Marvel
MVC2.
vs. Capcom 2. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, this is specifically for two. So, well, I mean, who knows what they'll do? Who knows if it turns out to be like a MVC two only deal, or if maybe they're like, hey, you know what? Let's grant the wishes of 1 billion to 1 odds.
Was Virgil in MVC Infinite? I forgot. Was Virgil in it? No, Virgil wasn't in Infinite.
I don't think he was.
Was
No.
oh yeah, they fucked up. So that's why
Oh
Infinite
man,
fell because they didn't include Virgil.
because the face of Virgil was not in there either. Yeah, just that they can't mess that man's face
Oh,
up, but they would have.
speaking of Marvel, when I think not 2K. Yeah, it was 2K, but Marvel 2 when they revealed the Midnight Suns, I thought it
Mhm.
was gonna be a MV
Oh, because Ghost Rider.
Marvel.
I think you told me,
Yeah,
yeah, because
because
Ghost Rider came up in there.
they reveal it with Ghost Rider and then Wolverine, and then you see Doctor saying, "Oh, this is just Marvel character, maybe. Let's go." And then the titles are so, "Oh
I'm
no,
telling
it's
you,
not
man, it's like guaranteed money. All they have to do is do it right. That's all we're asking.
yeah."
That's all we're asking. So I mean, Insomniac is going to do it right with their pedigree with Spider-Man 1, and not to mention Spider-Man 2. We had Venom. Like,
We
oh,
are
it was so good when you just hear that Venom voice just come
Venom.
in, and you're like, oh man.
The voice actor for Venom was the actor who played Candyman. Not Candyman. Yeah, Candyman. I forgot who it is though.
Now I'm gonna hear. Now I'm seeing Candyman in a Venom costume, bro. Come on now. It's all messed up now.
Candyman was a good movie though. I love that movie.
It's the Candyman. So I mean, it's. I think we not only won Spider-Man, but we also got Miles Morales in there too. So we got Peter Parker and Miles Morales. I don't know how they're going to do it. Like if you're going to have trade-off missions, or if you just get
Yeah,
to
that's
choose.
probably it. They said it's not gonna be co-op. They already confirmed it though.
Yeah, that would kind of break the whole
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But it could be something where they do you play through X half of the game as Peter Parker, other
Maybe
half
Peter
is this,
Parker died
or
in the
maybe you
middle of
do
the
two.
story.
Who knows? You could even do two, like straight up two different playthroughs. Like to get the whole story, you got to play it twice. Like I don't know, like who.
Maybe it's like Batman Arkham style. How they change character.
I could see
So
that.
so when you hit combo on Batman Arkham style, it changes character.
Oh, you want just like another Spider-Man? It's like, yeah, he's always fighting with. That would be kind of sick. Like he's always like one of the two, like is always fighting with you.
Or
So
maybe it's like GTA 5, how you change character. I don't know.
who knows? I
Yeah.
mean, we have so much to look forward to with just Insomniac games. I know with that KOTOR was revealed, and it seems like
KOTOR.
this is Knights of the Old Republic. This remake is actually going to be a Sony exclusive for a timed exclusive, but it is not being done by
It's
BioWare. This is actually done by a studio that let me look at the studio for this, because it's not a studio that has had a lot of experience specifically with remakes.
what is Sony doing with all this Disney properties? Is Disney buying Sony too?
Disney
Nah,
buying
there's
Sony?
no way.
Nah,
No,
nah.
no way, no way. A bit too
Is
crazy.
Disney buying Sony?
If Disney buy a gaming company, I think it's done. It's done.
So
It's
it's
done.
being
Over.
it's being done by Aspyr, 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 and they actually did the port. That's what they did. They previously worked on the Mac, Android, and iOS ports of both the original Knights of the Old Republic and the sequel. So they got some experience on it, but this time they're going to be going pretty hard into it as a full on remake. Along with Sony, I guess Sony's doing the publishing and also funding, and then also with Lucasfilm Games. So it's going to be. Like, I'm
Oh,
looking forward to it.
it's just like a Beanox with the Crash series.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly like that. Did you play any of the KOTOR? The old KOTOR?
No, I've never been a Star Wars fan.
It was before your time. Just go ahead and say it.
No, I've never been a Star Wars fan. I
Really?
know some of my friends played it, but I'm not into Star Wars.
Never been
The
into it.
only Star Wars game that I enjoyed was Fallen Order
I
because it
mean,
sounds like
granted, there are very few Star Wars
yeah,
games you can
yeah,
just. There are many Star Wars games, but I can't say that there are many that are just. I
the
mean, we got
Lego
Lego
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars. That was a
The
big
Lego
one.
Star Wars. I remember I played it while I was a kid. I played the shit out of that game.
That was
I
yeah
love
that
that game as a kid.
and now you can play the remastered trilogy again if you really want to. Like not the trilogy, the whole entire what's it called, the Skywalker
Skywalker
saga
Saga.
is what they're calling it.
Yeah.
And so there's that one. Of course, there's X-wing versus TIE Fighter. There's the Rogue Squadron games that are really good, and depending on your take on Forge Unleashed, it can be considered like okay, good, great. I think a lot of people really enjoyed the narrative for Force Unleashed, and like you said, Fallen Order, I think was probably one of the most successful ones.
Yeah. I think it's the best one, honestly.
So I'm looking forward to it. I played a little. I played probably about 15 hours. I mean, I still have it at home on CD-ROMs. Oh, don't you love those? And I've always wanted to go back and play it and finish it. So hey, why not? Why not? But the biggest thing in the room was always going to be the end of the show, which was God of War
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. How'd you feel about that Ragnarok? How'd you feel about the God of War? What'd you think? This is the end of the Norse
Yeah, it's
saga.
the end
This
of
is
the North Saga.
confirmed. Like they're not doing another
They
God of
even
War.
confirm it. Yeah, they even confirm it after the whole show. I think I enjoyed the first God of War. I mean not the first God of War, the first God of War in the North series.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think I'm gonna play this game. It's on PS4 too, right? So I don't need a PS5.
Yeah, I think it'll be on PS4 as well, so you don't have to. But you may have if you want to get that PS5 edition. I think Sony's kind of going back and forth on whether you need to upgrade, whether you'll get a free upgrade with their first party games or not. It seems like Horizon didn't at first, but then they included it like, okay, yeah, you will get it.
I know that Ghost of Tsushima you need to pay like $20.
Even Miles Morales, I think you had to pay 20
Why?
$20.
So it's like
I don't know. Like it's
$40 then.
yeah, it's kind of like this thing where you really just want to buy it once, and especially since they're both, it's a first party game. Like I feel like at that point you really should be able to buy it once, and it should be available on both consoles. I just think that's just goodwill. That's just goodwill.
I,
But
th- I think they did that because people still buy physical release.
hmm, yeah, people still buy that. Physical releases are
Yeah,
big.
honestly, I own like two console right now, and I prefer the physical release than doing a digital download thing, especially for the Switch. I had the Nintendo Switch shop.
It's pretty bad. It's bad.
It's pretty
Just
bad.
they
It's
just
really
got
bad.
hey, they just got a Bluetooth headsets
Yeah,
unlocked,
what
bro.
the hell? They have the feature for 5 years, and they just
They just
decided
got
to unlock it. What?
hey,
I don't know.
somebody was like, "Yo, turn that on in the year
Oh
2021."
shit! Yeah, turn that on.
I forgot about this. It's been here
Yeah, I
all this
forgot about
time.
that. I don't know what they're. I mean, you cannot even use mic for that. I mean, to be fair, that most Nintendo game doesn't need mic. Even
You don't.
Splatoon.
Yeah, you really don't. So I
Maybe
mean,
Apex. Maybe Apex. No,
maybe they did it for Apex. You know what? They did it for
that's
Apex.
what Apex. Yeah.
They did it for Apex. But God of War, like I said, this is being done by Ragnarok is being done by a new director. which he's been on this. He's been on
Wait,
actually on.
new director, not
Yeah, yeah,
Corey, not
yeah.
Corey
It's not
anymore.
Corey Bar. So Corey Barlog is doing a completely different
He have an
new
awesome name,
IP.
by the way.
The Barlog.
Yeah, Balrog. Corey Balrog, what an awesome
Oh,
name.
oh man, yeah. So it's a completely different director that's working on this, which is a great thing. They do this with every God of War. You know, they always switch up the director ever since it started. And I wish I could find his name really quick. I'll go look it up. But it's going to take us to the other realms that we didn't get to go through: Vanaheim, Stalfenheim, and Asgard. And of course, locations from the last game. We saw Tyr in the trailer. Saw that man just stand up, taller. The Norse God of War, taller than Kratos, and
That's all I'm
this man was like, "I need your help."
I know I already told you this, but the first time they show him, I thought he was Jesus.
So
Oh
so like
man,
shout
okay,
outs
this is getting serious. What the hell?
shout outs to Soldat. I mean, we saw a lot of things. The other characters, Thor. We know he's going to be playing in this,
Oh,
and we've
they
also
make
got
Thor
Freya
fat.
too.
They make Thor fat. Like that dude,
Maybe
need
he
to
will.
hit the gym.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's
He can
okay.
be fat Thor.
Yeah,
He ain't got to be. He ain't got to be our boy Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth. Yeah.
Can we get him Chris Hemsworth? Just put him in there. It's like, yo, man, let's go. What? What?
Hey, you wanna play
I do
another
not know
Thor,
you.
bro?
He's like, I do not know you. Are you? Oh, I'm Thor. So yeah, I mean, so you're thinking, said the whole thing about Jesus, and
Yeah, he was
we we
Jesus.
we know, number one, they've already said this is the end of the Norse
Yeah.
mythology. So we got some footage, of course, if you played the first game,
Yeah.
when
It
Kratos is
shows
traveling,
other world.
it
Not
shows
so
all the
other
other
world. It's like
worlds.
region. It feels like
Yeah,
is it region?
I think it
Because
looked like Egypt.
Kratos just show up in the north like
We don't
out of
actually know how
nowhere.
this
We
man
don't
got over
even know.
here. We
Yeah.
actually don't know how
The
Kratos
last time we
ventured
saw
to
him,
the
the
north.
last time we saw him on Athens is like he was like screaming. Like I don't know what the hell.
Well, the whole thing was at the very end, and they didn't really explain this because, and it is the same Kratos, but
Yeah.
remember, Kratos destroyed the world.
Like it
He
destroyed the
destroyed the
world.
Greece. He destroyed the whatever was in Greece. I guess he killed all the gods. He used the sword, and Athena got drained those powers. Athena stabbed him, threw him
What
off the
if
cliff. Yeah,
what if
Kratos is
God
in a
of the
cliff, bro. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck? Like,
what if the God of War universe is like a Pokemon world with different region have different gods.
well,
Maybe that's the thing.
well,
I don't know. It's like
that was
so really messy.
that was kind of the thing, though, is that when we saw that the other God of Wars, and now that we know that they're actually
How big
talking,
is the God of War universe though?
it's
Like
as big as
is
where
it?
they want to take
Yeah,
it.
he
Do they
just
want to take it
yeah,
to Chinese
yeah,
mythology?
yeah, yeah.
Do they want to take it? I'm serious, and it becomes a thing of like, do we have this character? In all honesty, and Soldat was always, he's been on the show too. This is his thing. He's like, what happens if this man? And we saw Egyptian
Yeah,
mythology in there.
yeah, yeah.
What
We
happens
saw
if
it.
this man goes to every
Nah,
religion and just slays all the gods?
yeah. When Kratos decided to put
And
his foot on the Egypt region, we're done. It's not a game.
it's like, what,
Santa
what on,
Monica, you better do something right.
you better do
You
something
better do something.
right. What happens to this
Or your whole studio will be on fire.
will be on actual fire. And not, it's like, and then he gets to Christ, and what happens then? He's like, Christ is
What
like,
happened then
what,
is just
and what happens
behead.
then is he just says, you may rest, brother Kratos. Your
Uh,
fight is finished.
yeah,
Oh
they
my
definitely can't
goodness.
do Egypt. But
It's
yeah,
yeah,
no,
it's definitely
Egypt is
it's gonna be
massive.
rough. It's gonna be rough if they do that. But I feel like the whole thing is Kratos is tired of fighting. We've gotten that, and we got that even in the trailer when Atreus was like, "You need to stop thinking like a father and start thinking like a general."
Oh yeah.
Boy, I heard that. I said, "Boy, you
Yeah.
better shut up. You better
I
get
know
down, cause you,
we were watching it together,
woo,
and oh no, my dad will beat the shit out of me if I said that.
you about to get
Man,
something thrown at you, son. You
don't
better
say
watch
that.
out." Don't say. So I mean, we have a lot of things coming for this game, and easily one of the most anticipated releases, I believe, of 2020. There was no release date for this. but we can assume.
I feel like it's 2022. I mean, they already shown the gameplay.
Well, God of War's
The
always
first
come
God
out.
of Wars also did that. They saw like they show like the full on gameplay, and then they released it a year after that. So maybe
We'll
we'll see it
we'll we'll see.
2022.
God of Wars have always come out in February March timeframe.
Yeah.
So
Do PlayStation have like a big February game?
there were a couple of games in there that were coming out in February. Forspoken, I think, is I believe in February.
Oh yeah.
There is crap.
Is
There's like I think that
Horizon? Is
Marvel's
Horizon? Is Horizon on?
Horizon is somewhere in
Yeah.
February. Horizon somewhere in there. I believe Horizon is February. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So it we'll see where it goes. I mean, it's definitely a tentpole release, and a lot
yeah.
of people are
2022 is gonna be a crazy year for
dude.
Sony for PlayStation.
And in this
They're just
conference
going
at the
in.
I was gonna say at the end of the conference, we had a lot of there were I saw a lot of news about people like, yo, Xbox, Microsoft invested in this whole Bethesda software catalog, and we got Deathloop over here just
Oh
killing it
yeah,
on
we
these
got
reviews.
Deadloop over here killing it
Just
with
like,
the
hey
10 and
man,
10. Like it's
y-
probably
you
it's a
know,
perfect game.
so we
Not on
got
PC
Deathloop,
though. Not on
not on
PC
PC,
though.
not on
Not
PC.
on PC.
Hashtag not
Yeah.
on
Not
PC.
on PC.
And
Don't get the
we
PC version.
really don't get the PC version. Everybody, really, just wait for it to get patched or fixed. But until then, get yourself a PS5 version.
I don't
Ding
know.
ding.
Bethesda is like really like stubborn on their DRM system. System.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be patched out.
yeah, it's causing, and it's causing game issues like
Yeah.
stuttering and just everything. So hopefully, hopefully they'll do it, because like I said, they're getting really really good reviews on this. And we know it's going to take a while for Microsoft, these studios that they've invested in, to actually to get a game out, right? It's not like they bought them and they all had games ready to pop
Yeah. Yeah.
out of the oven. But it's just kind of like, man, Sony coming out here, we got Insomniac doing two games, just putting us like, man, Spider-Man and Wolverine. Then you got Santa Monica over here doing God of
God
War
of War.
Ragnarok. We've got Corey Barlog working on a new IP that's going to be coming out. And the reason why God of War, I read an interview why it's going to be shorter, is because he didn't want it. He's still, Corey Barlog is still like over a lot of the production and direction of the games. But they're like, we didn't want this to be some 3-game epic where you're waiting 15 years for the story to be done and you don't remember like parts of the story, and it's just kind of like, well, what happened? They really want it to be something where even if you didn't play the first one, you can play the first one and jump immediately into this one and not miss a beat, and keeping it at a good story's length. But
Kingdom Hearts will do that.
yeah, man, I'm trying to remember these
Kingdom
organization
Hearts
members.
should do
I'm
that.
trying, my bro. I'm trying to remember them. I ran into
Zemdas
I re-
Zigbar.
fudge. I can't even say Larksaline, Larksan, Larksils.
Roxaline something.
I am strangely attracted to that girl, and it worries me sometimes. It worries me
Hey,
sometimes. I'm like on stream. I'm like,
can we get a thirsty in the chat? Let's go.
it's gonna thirsty at the chat. And we still haven't seen what Naughty Dog is working on. I mean, of course, there's the
They're gonna
Uncharted.
make another Last of Us.
Well, I don't know, but there, the Last of Us that happened. Uncharted is getting the port or to PC, and of course they've got teams working on that, and other Sony teams working to help them for those things. But they're definitely working. I'm willing to bet they're working on their own IP again, something
Yeah.
new. Uh, and we don't even know what Sucker Punch is working on.
New
Well, are they going to do?
Infamous.
Is there another
Oh,
Ghost of Tsushima sequel?
they need to do another Infamous. I'll love that
Are we
series.
getting an Infamous, or are we getting a Sly Cooper? Do we get a Sly Cooper coming back for a remake? I mean, there's so many things that these like each one of these studios can just pump out at two games at any given time to just really surprise you. So Sony's still going hard with their studios, and
Isn't the Days Gone studio also doing something?
they're they're working on a completely new IP as well.
Yeah.
I know the PC version of that game did do really well. I watched
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah.
chunk of it being streamed. I actually enjoyed it. Like I actually want to play the
I don't
game.
know. Days Gone is like either you like it or you hate it.
I've
I'm particularly
yeah,
don't have
I
any opinion on that game. I played it around 15 hours and then I stopped. I just cannot enjoy the game. It's
really open world. It
Yeah,
is
it's
really
really awesome.
it's
It
really
feels like
big.
it is for me, especially when you fighting a horde. I was like, man, this is so tiring.
They I mean they set out to do something, and I think they did it. But the good thing is that they are working on a new IP, and who knows, maybe Sony does come back and revisit it, and they'll be able to do something in that universe. Maybe it's not a full game, but maybe it's a DLC or a sequel in that right, something smaller, but just a little, a little less budgeted and more manageable. They can easily, I hope, do that because they got the fans to do it. They got the fans waiting for them to do that. They got a lot of love for that game. And moving on to Tokyo Game Show, uh, Tokyo Game Show is going to be really soon. We'll probably do an
Next week,
episode on the 4th. Yeah, next week, the 30th and first, second, or 29th, 30th, first, second, somewhere around there.
somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah, Tokyo Game Show. Anything?
I'm especially excited about Sega and Atlas because they've been teasing stuff.
Well, let me break your heart, literally by the name of this article
Why?
from pushsquare.com. Sega breaks hearts by announcing new RPG is a mobile
Oh,
game.
is it no mobile game? I saw that. I don't know. I still have hope
Oh,
for Sega. They
yeah.
probably gonna do something.
Well, we had confirmation earlier that there was a new Persona game. Well, kind of Persona. It was a couple months back, but we didn't really know because it was like a mobile Persona done by a Chinese like mobile
What?
developer.
Oh yeah, about that. I forgot about that. Still,
Yeah,
it's
that
not.
that thing is
It's not. I don't think it's a Persona game. People just said that it looks like Persona 5. The
maybe
vibes
that
feels like Persona 5, but it's not actually
maybe the same
Persona game.
artist. Maybe using some of the same artist or
I don't know. China's developer always steal stuff like League of Legends by Mobile Legend. Have you heard of Mobile Legend? They stole all of
how many
League
how
of
many
Legends stuff.
like how many times can I be on YouTube and I get an ad recommended to me, or Facebook is really bad at it too. Like you just get one of those
Yeah.
games and you're like,
Yeah,
stop it, I don't want to play you,
yeah.
don't want to play you. But yeah, I mean TGS, I don't really have too much that I'm looking forward to. I know I will be at the show like for work, but I'm hoping I get to play like Forspoken. I believe that's going to be there from our Square Enix. A lot of the shows are still, there's not going to be
Oh yeah,
too much.
this is gonna be your first con in 2 years.
Oh yeah, actually, like actually being there, yeah.
Yeah, actually
I'm a
being there.
little like, even now I'm still like a little bit nervous just because it's uh while there's not going to be a lot of people there, still it's like
Have you? Oh, you already do your vaccine. You
yeah,
already
yeah,
do your second shot.
yeah. I've got
I
my
mean,
I
yeah.
got my vax. I got my vax ready. Yeah, I'm trying to look up the official program really quick. We know, of course, King of Fighters 14. I mean 15. It's gonna be there at the show. People being played. Actually, probably the first ever footage. Yeah, they said the first ever footage of it actually being played is gonna be there. That's gonna be nice.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Uh,
there's a lot of game that being shown in TGS. I just hope that Atlas gonna do something with a Persona again. I mean, it's already been like 5 years from Persona 5.
oh,
I feel
dude,
like Persona 6.
when Persona 5 came out when I was working my other job. Yeah,
Oh
it's been
shit.
like almost 5 years. I
Yeah,
remember like walking around after lunch listening to podcasts talking about Persona 5. Like, yeah, dude, it has been a while.
I feel like we're on the verge of them just revealing Persona 6.
I feel like it's about time. Like it's definitely
It's about time, yeah.
it's about time. And we've had two Persona games, right? Persona Strikers, and was there another
Persona
Persona?
5 Striker. No, they released Persona 5 on Steam.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was another one in the Persona 5.
Persona
or
Q
using
2.
those characters. Maybe that was part of the story. Maybe it was the all night dancing or something.
Oh yeah, Persona 5 Dancing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So we've had two games in that universe. Uh, so yeah, it's definitely time. It's definitely time. It's time. It's time. But we'll see what they have. I mean, Sega looks like they're going to be going on. Do they have a show like a
They have a
stream?
show. They have a show with Atlas. So I have the full lineup for Sega. It's Face of the Nostalgia. So some of this like mobile stuff.
Hmm.
The one thing that I was interested in is Tokyo 2020 Olympic official video game. They already released this game. Why are they showcasing?
They got nothing else to do. They got nothing.
They got nothing else to do.
They got
They
nothing
show
else to do, my
Tokyo
friend.
2020.
They got
I don't
nothing
know.
else right now.
When this game was free, I had fun playing it with my co-host
You try to
AT.
get me. You try to get me
Yeah,
to play it. I was like, well, I'm okay, man. I didn't
yeah.
watch a lot of the
It
Olympics.
was
I really
fun.
enjoyed the Olympics, so that was cool. I
The
enjoyed the Olympics.
Atlas is definitely showing SMT5. That game is really close to releasing.
Really, really close to
Really,
releasing.
really close. I've been waiting for that game since I got my Switch. The reason I got my Switch was the for that game, and I waited 5 years for that. Not 5 years, for
You went the distance. Everyone telling me to
yeah.
get a Switch. What'd you do? What are you doing? What are you playing right now? Dust. You're playing
Not
Dust.
I don't
At least
know.
I'm playing
Well, I
Kingdom
don't know
Hearts.
what.
At least I'm playing Kingdom Hearts.
Nintendo is not even showing up at TGS. They should
Well, I mean
not.
they don't. I mean that's just
Yeah.
tradition that they don't. So
I mean, they usually have show, right? Like Nintendo Direct during this time period.
at least I feel like they used to have like a direct or they. I mean they used to do this thing called Nintendo. Was it Nintendo World? I think like in
What?
early February, January, February. It's been a while since they did that. Uh, but yeah, I mean, TGS is coming up, so we're gonna get a lot of new game news out of there. I think we're not gonna see any Final Fantasy 16, unfortunately, but maybe we'll get like some news updates.
Are you sure
Uh,
about that? I think
that they've already they said what they're showing, and it's Final Fantasy 14 and Forspoken, if I remember. So
Final Fantasy 14.
the best
Are,
thing we
are
can
they
do is get
gonna
like maybe a
are they gonna
trailer.
show are they gonna show the Chaos game? What is it called? Final
Oh, that's
Fantasy
right.
Origins some
Origins, Final Fantasy Origins, Stranger of Paradise, Chaos. Give me the chaos.
the Isekai game. For that.
No, you know what? They have two isekai games.
Yeah, they have two Isekai game, the Final Fantasy game and the
In Forspoken.
Forspoken.
And
Yeah.
Forspoken is great because Homegirl's like, you telling me I'm in a world where I get to talk to dragons? Oh my goodness, this is awesome. Meanwhile, chaos. Where are you? Oh. Well, we'll get some updates on that. I know that they did put out a survey. Well, the survey, they put out the responses that they got for the survey, and I think what they've kind of adjusted. So we'll see that game in playable form once again. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to an update and seeing how it's changed. Maybe any graphical updates, of course, the movements, the
Yeah,
the uh, the
the
combo
movement
system.
was too stiff for me.
It was a
They
stiff
need to
game.
change that.
We'll probably get another demo of it. Same day and date they show it. I do not doubt that. We'll have demo part 2 similar to how they did with Neo, and we'll see how this game. I have a lot of faith in Team Ninja and making this kind of game.
Team NinjaTrix.
Yeah, Team Ninja Tricks. Ooh, dude. Ooh. Oh, what man? I might have to get. I might need to coin that Team Ninja Tricks. Let's go. You know what? That's what I should call my stream now. Team
No,
Ninja
you'll be
Tricks.
sued by Team Ninja.
No, how can Team Ninja sue me? Ninja Tricks. Team Ninja Tricks.
They just use their logos and just add
Then they'll
tricks
sue
on
me. Then they'll
it.
sue me. Then I'm gone. Way to get me knocked out, Ehe. You trying to just take
Yeah.
over the show completely. And finally, this long NVIDIA leak list. Anything on here that there's hundreds of games. Actually, let me scroll to the bottom. There are approximately 5,749 items on this. Now, whether some of them are worth it or just nothing, they're there. So, anyways.
The one thing that stood up for me is Kingdom Hearts 4.
They ain't even announced that game yet.
Yeah, that thing that stood up for me is Kingdom Hearts 4. Oh man. Cannot wait to get back into the Kingdom Hearts series.
Wow, there. What is this right here? There is Chrono Triggered.
Oh yeah, it's they also have Chrono Cross remaster,
No, no, I said Chrono Triggered with the
Chrono
ed.
Trigger, Trigger.
That triggered, yeah, Chrono
Maybe it's
Triggered
Trigger.
by some other studio, not Square.
Oh shit.
Chrono Triggered.
Maybe just be
I'm sitting here like, what is Family Guy, Pinball?
Family
There's just
Guy one.
I don't know. This game list is just on another level. I saw Spellbound on here. Like, game doesn't exist anymore. Titanfall Deluxe Edition.
They did also have Titanfall 3, but Titanfall 3 is revealed to be Apex. Yeah, some of the stuff that like some of the main one that got leaked was Chrono Cross remaster. We also
It's
got
like,
Resident Evil 4 remake, Street Fighter 6, Dragon Dogma 2, and Monster Hunter 6. Dragon Dogma 2 is interesting.
was that in the Capcom leak? I
Yeah,
wonder.
it's on the Captain League. Dragon Dogma 2 is like really interesting because just like the anime, it's just come out of nowhere.
I mean, it does come out of nowhere. I
Yeah.
mean, we had that anime that just randomly happened on Netflix, which I still don't understand, like why they just did it and it just dropped out of nowhere. And it was kind of like, if you like The Witcher, come watch this. And you're like, I guess so. Like, is this the same? Like, is this what I want to see right now?
Have you watched the Dragon Dogma
No,
anime?
no, I still haven't
Yeah,
watched it.
same. I haven't
I feel
watched
like
it
I
too.
should at least give it a shot. I forgot who the studio was that did the Dragon's Dogma. Let me look it up really quick.
Take an egg. We got take an egg over here. Holy shit!
I mean, some of these things like we knew were coming no matter what, right?
Bayonetta 3 and Judgment.
I know Injustice 3 was on there, which we weren't really sure in terms of what NetherRealm Studios was actually going to be working on. If it could have been a new Mortal Kombat, it could have been Injustice, it could have been that crazy Mortal Kombat DC kind of mashup that we
Oh
were all
yeah,
hoping
yeah.
could
It's
happen. Like
the
so who knows?
also Valve have Half Life 2 Remastered League.
DC Legends, Edge of Tomorrow game. Like, is that a license? Is that a movie license game?
Hey, that's a movie license game.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
a
like
game of it. That's the game of Edge of Tomorrow on mobile
maybe. I mean,
back
like
in
some of this stuff is just
2014.
like so old, and or like it's like any game from the past 20 years is either coming back or just on this list for kicks and giggles. Like I honestly I can't tell you, but I mean it's one of those deals for the Dragon's Dogma studio. It was done by Sublimation. Did I get that right? Yeah, Sublimation Studios.
Never heard of that studio.
Me neither. It's 7 episodes, so if anyone wants to go check it out, seems like it got like a 83% on based on 6 reviews with a weighted average of 5.88 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't think I'm gonna watch it anyway. Honestly.
Hey man, you gotta keep hope alive. You gotta show them support. You watch that, you get
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 2 made.
Yeah, sure.
You
I remember the first Dragon Dogma have a banging theme song. It's like just like a dangan or something. I don't know. It's really good by a Japanese
yeah,
band. Have you heard of that song? It's really good.
no, I feel like I'm
Just like
debating
a
playing that game on stream
dangan.
one day.
Dragon Dogma?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I've always had Dark
you
Arisen,
still
and
play that game?
I've always wanted. I played the demo when it first came out, and always wanted to. I know Soldat really loves it. I liked it when I found it, and it's just one of those things where it's like I never went back to it.
I love that game. You can just pick up people and just throw them everywhere. What an awesome game.
New The World Ends with You, near replicant version. Like some of these are just like things that have already come out, but
Yeah.
if you're curious about any of this, I mean, just go ahead.
The
Just look.
most surprising thing is that NVIDIA actually acknowledged that the lists are true.
Well, they didn't say it's true. They said like
They
some of these
said like
games
it's
are
like
right.
it's an internal thing that not supposed to be leaked. So they are basically confirming that it's true.
guess so. I guess so.
NVIDIA response to confirm list that's they are speculative titles.
Yeah,
So that's
they
why they
confirmed
have
them.
like
Yeah, they confirmed
Kingdom
them as
Hearts 4.
speculative titles.
Yeah.
But like we said, some of these games have already come out. Some of them are kind of known. Like there's going to be a Street Fighter 6. There's going to be a Tekken 8. Some of these are just sequels. There was so like in terms of like crazy surprising stuff, I didn't see too much on there. But who knows?
I mean,
Who
the craziest
knows?
thing is probably Kingdom Hearts 4.
And all the other Kingdom Hearts on there. I just scrolled past them. There's like the entire Kingdom Hearts collection, Kingdom Hearts 4, which we knew that was coming, right? I believe that we knew like the story doesn't end. There was the whole issue. Kingdom Hearts 3 has a DLC after it. Then they have Melody of Memories, and then they have whatever didn't finish after Melody of Memories.
You have Sora fighting Noctis over here on the DLC.
I'm done.
Oh
man.
shit! You haven't played. I forgot about that. Sorry.
I'm done. Forgot
about that. You haven't played 3.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get there.
Yeah,
One day, Trix is gonna get to through all of the Kingdom Hearts titles, and that day I'm gonna just I'm gonna ask everybody to sub. Everyone watching, I need you to tier 2 sub at least. It's gonna be. I demand money.
I know people don't like Kingdom Hearts 3, but I think you're gonna like it. I like the combat in 3, honestly.
I think it's just
people shit on that game too much.
All right, we'll see. I think it's just set piece battles, man. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But that's gonna do it for us today. Coming in under an hour. It's always good to have you on here. I didn't know you were gonna be here.
Yeah, I don't even know I'm gonna be here.
I didn't know you were gonna just like straight up mark Alex like that either.
I don't even know that I'm gonna woke up and just I'm gonna be in Trix podcast. So.
First guest of the new era, the Ehe era.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be back next week too because Alex is gone. Yeah.
Everybody get used to these two voices. We're here to stay.
Someday I'm gonna show my face on stream too.
No, you can't. I don't want to see it.
Why?
I don't want to know what you actually look like. It will ruin my image, like of you. Like I'll just be like, that doesn't match the Ehe I had in my mind.
I
it won't look like you, man.
I thought that Shin's root is dead. I can show my face now, but apparently I cannot.
I mean, I can blur it out. I can blur it. I can put those mosaics on it, pixel it up. For everyone can just like unpiece it. They can use some technology to undo the mosaic, and then they'll see like, oh, that's Ehe. But they got to work for it.
So if people are wondering how I look like, I'm 6'1" and I'm hot as fuck.
See, you're making a dating profile right now, and I'm just like in my mind, like, okay, I guess I got like some dimensions, and then now you're gonna show a picture of you, and it'll be just like 5'1" or some crazy thing. I'm like,
I have a semi mohawk. I have a pretty hot mustache. Yeah, that's it.
You look like some Broken Saints Row character now.
Probably.
Great.
Not like an actual mohawk, like semi mohawk. Like how you just a semi mohawk. Semi mohawk is not mohawk.
They just leave it at that, man. Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that. Anything you want to say though? Anything you want to promote? As always. Anything?
Follow my Twitter. Just say hey, hello.
That's.
And watch more wrestling. I've been going into wrestling for the past few months now. Wrestling have been exciting again because they are back on the road again.
Oh, they're back traveling to actual performance.
Because
nice.
During 2020 to mid 2021, wrestling is so boring because there's no crowd. The promotion that I've been watching, AEW, only doing shows at Florida. I think Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Jacksonville.
Okay.
So yeah, only certain wrestler can attend that show too. But now that they are on the road again, wrestling have been more exciting. It's really fun.
Are you gonna try to make it out there once you can travel? Or are you gonna try to see a live show?
Someday I'll definitely. I mean, I already told you someday I'm gonna be a wrestler. But yeah, someday I'm gonna attend.
You heard it here, everybody. The lawyer is
Yeah.
going to be a wrestler. So then once he gets retired, he'll end up being a lawyer for the wrestlers.
Yeah.
That's pro strat right there. That's pro long-term thinking.
Yeah.
Who better to know the business and how to take care of your finances and legal affairs than a former wrestler who also has a background in legal?
Definitely, becoming a wrestler is definitely my dream, and I also someday I'm gonna attend a show too.
And just remember, your name is the DJing Kid, the
The
Degenerate
what? The
Kid.
Gene Kid?
Yeah,
It's gonna
the
be
Degenerate Kid.
you're gonna be Ehe.
Fine, the Degenerate Kid Ehe.
Yeah.
You just walk out there, you just make sure you say like, hey everybody, listen to the Unknown Games podcast. These two cats are awesome. If you like your video games and your anime, yeah, these dudes, give them your money. That's all we
Cutting
ask.
promo.
Yeah, just put the promos in there. Just remember us when you get big. Remember the small people.
Sure. No,
You never.
I'm gonna turn all you guys. Who the hell is NinjaTrixta?
Just be up from the stage.
You
What is this
don't make
ninja
me.
tricks?
I make myself.
He didn't make me. And people come back and find all those old streams of you just in the chat. Next thing I'm gonna start saving all the chats, and it'll be there. It'll be there for records. And then, yeah, you can follow myself at Adrian Morris, ADRIAN MORRIS on Twitter. You can also follow the podcast at Unknown Games Podcast. Wait, what? You can follow the Twitter at UGP_cast. Wow. You follow the YouTube at Unknown Games Podcast. And finally, as always, for my co-host Root, pour 40 out for him. Maybe he'll be resurrected. I don't know. Just keep pouring your 40s for a whole week. They're cheap. They're cheap enough.
Just buy a slice of pizza and just put it on his desk or something.
Even better, buy a slice of pizza and a Red Bull or Zona.
Oh no, just pour don't pour a 40, just pour a fucking Red Bull on the ground. It's gonna appear.
Remember, your Red Bull juices will flow into
his veins.
His veins or something.
Inject them with Red Bull.
Oh, we have some crazy ones from this episode. But yeah, that's going to do it for us this week. Episode number 101 of the Unknown Games Podcast. Remember, you set the tone. Go play some games. Stay safe. And we'll be back for episode number 102 on YouTube live next week with special guest Ehe, the one himself, as we begin the era.
Let's go.
Do you want me to clip that? Let's go.
No. You already have my let's go.
We already got it clipped. All right, we'll catch you all next time. Later.